Is it on now? Yeah, good. So there's a lot of noise also, no? Really big crowd, lot of good response. So again, namaskara, and today let's collectively explore, right, what's going to happen in the future, okay? Because from all children's point of view, parents' point of view, it's very important, right, to be prepared for not only jobs, but whatever career path they choose. Okay? So yeah. So shall we do one quick exercise? Okay. Students, can you guess what it is? Looks like spacecraft, right? Okay. So if you can, please close your eyes. Imagine you are in the spacecraft and this time machine actually. You are going to the future. Okay. Let's say you are going to the future 20 years from now. Okay. And let your imagination go wild and think how the world would be 20 years from now. Okay. Just imagine, how will the world 20 years from now? Okay. How will be the roads? How will you move on the cars, space vehicles, equipment at home? Right? Do you think it will be quite different? Yeah, you can open your eyes. Can I have a quick thing from some people? You can shout out. I think it will take time to have microphone, etc. Or you can come here and speak. What do you see there? What do you think it will be? What are you seeing? Okay. Will the world be something like this, Bangalore like this? Right? Lot of greenery, right? Very less pollution. There is a reason for that. You can see, right? Parents and you. So these are some of the predictions, okay? These are scientific predictions. First is lifespan. What is it? Forever 30. What does it mean? You are not going to grow older than 30, right? Once you conquer the medical technology, the science of aging, then whatever medicine is required or whatever you take, you don't have to grow older, right? And 30 is the right age, right, for youth. You have the right career, right, full physical strength, full mental strength, right? So you'll go on for 100 years, 200 years, right? It's quite possible, okay? In fact, not only that, I can bet also for that, right? My generation people, we may die off. Till then, this innovation may not happen. Next is colony on other planets by intergalactic travel. When I was young, somebody going abroad, right, US, etc., was really very surprising, right? There used to be very few flights. Now it is very commonplace. You just go to Bangalore airport, you can see anybody and everybody is going, coming like that, right? So similar thing is going to happen, right? Already, Elon Musk, he is preparing humanity to go to Mars, right? So those things will definitely happen. And how will it happen? Self-replicating robots to make planet habitable. By self-replicating robot, you don't have to send full factory to Mars. Just send one robot, he will escalate, get the minerals, get the energy, start creating second robot. Then these two robots will create four will create 8, 16, like that. And then you have an army of robots. They'll go and change the Mars, they call terraforming, and make it livable for human beings, right? Then human beings will go leisurely and comfortably stay there, right? So that's what's going to happen. No energy material shortage, right? So definitely if you look in India, our country, yes, there is a limitation in terms of how much minerals you can extract, how much energy we have, no petroleum, etc., etc., right? We do really have scarcity. But when you go outside, right, you have so many planets and material is actually almost unlimited. If you see the energy from sun itself is so much. We can hardly, even in Earth, we can really utilize a fraction of that, right? So energy material will be really very good. Automated transport, of course, you see automated vehicles, robots doing all the manual jobs, right? So even today, people are having robots. I think you might have heard that Indian companies now giving robotic kitchen, right? You can do all stirring, frying, everything, right? So those are even today available. Of course, they are not up to the mark 100%, maybe 80%, 60%, but very soon you will start having that, right? So a lot of robotic jobs. And then AI doing all thinking and creative jobs, right? How many of you are using ChatGPT? Can you raise your hands? Yeah, see everybody, right? All of you know, thank you. Almost everybody. So just within last few years, there is so much of progress, right? If you see 20 years from now, what we call as AGI and superintelligence. AGI is artificial general intelligence. So general intelligence is like equivalent to one PhD scholar. So whatever PhD person knows in that field, that AI would know. But the beauty is PhD scholar will know about only his or her domain. Whereas AGI will know all the domains on the earth like that, right? So imagine having an AI who knows not only about medicine, he'll know about material science, he'll know about biology, sustainability, artificial intelligence, you name it, political science, law, everything, right? So that's possible. In fact, there are predictions. There is a website. If you are interested, write it down, 2027-ai.com. It gives complete prediction. Why 2027? Because they are predicted by 2027, AGI will be available, right? Just within 2 years. It's not very far. So by the time you graduate, you can see AI is having that much of knowledge, right? And once you have that knowledge in 2027, just 1 year is sufficient for it to reach what they say super intelligence. So super intelligence is something where they have knowledge of everything and they can do research itself, right? So in that case, how to have, for example, say how to take care of recycling, right? How to have plastics which won't cause pollution, right? All those things will be researched. So AI doing research itself, that is the next breakthrough, and that is super intelligence. So they say that will come in just 1 year, 2028. So that looks like little optimistic, but yes, if not 2-3 years, it may become 5 years, 10 years, right? But definitely within next 20 years, right? 100%. So you are going to get general intelligence and super intelligence, right? So that's what is the last line. Now what do you think in this world, right? How should education be? Now you got some idea of future, right? Does it make sense? Is it exciting? Or you are afraid, like what will happen to us? What kind of jobs we can do, right? What do you think? Let's see. So what is important when all this intelligence is there, like that, right? See, for example, when cranes came, right, then we don't need coolie to lift using their physical power, right, muscle. So the muscle power was immaterial, right? So similarly, if brain comes, right, then brain power becomes kind of, I won't say immaterial, but there are a lot of other factors which AI cannot do, right? Those become important, right? So what we have to focus now is very, very important. If you have to take one single thing from this talk, think that which are those skills which you need to develop, which AI cannot do easily, and that's what is going to take you forward, right? Those are the human skills. So for that, let's see some very interesting story, right? It's from Jataka. So it seems there was one forest, right? And unfortunately in summer you see, right? It catches fire, so it caught a fire. And there was one parrot, right? He started saying, what can I do actually, right? There was a small lake still there, but a parrot, how much water he can carry, right? Can the parrot douse the fire of the forest? Definitely not, right? But you can see actually he took the drop, okay, and started putting in, okay? Then all other animals saw that if parrot can do it, we can also do it. So everybody started contributing, right? Everybody started taking water and putting it. And finally, it's a story. Reality, I don't know whether it happened or not, but the fire got doused, right? So the whole idea there is the power is in terms of together, right? We work as a team, and we should not think that, oh, I am such a small person, I am just 12 pass out. What can I do, right? You can do wonders, right? We should have that confidence. So for that, you have to be brave. So brave is not just to go and jump from top floor or something like that, right? With bungee jumping and all. That's bravery, different type. Bravery is something which you are afraid, right? Which doesn't lead to nothing wrong will happen, right? But you have to try that, right? So for example, I'm going to invite some of you here on the stage for master class. So I'm suggesting now itself be brave and come here, right? Otherwise normally you feel, okay, how can I go on the stage? What can I do? Don't worry, okay? I'll invite you that time, please come, okay? So you have to be a brave, you have to be a leader. What does mean by leader? Right? They are leaders and followers, right? So leaders have vision. You have to start thinking of future. Don't start thinking of today, what others are doing, copy what others are doing, no? That is all following the crowd, rat race. Get out of rat race, don't follow other people, think originally, right? Yes, there will be risk, that's why you have to be brave. But yes, definitely that your bravery and leadership will be rewarded. And take charge of your life and situation around you. Don't think that I'm just a Small person, one drop, what will it do? Whatever you do, it will cross wonders, right? You know story of Rama, right? Rama Setu, right? One squirrel started contributing, right? It's like that. So you start contributing, definitely big wonders you can do. Fine? Okay. Anybody knows who this person is? Anybody has read stories? It's actually a little old story, but it's such a exciting, I brought it out today. From left, you can guess his profession, right? What's the profession? He's a porter, coolie, right? On railway station, you find so many of them. So what's special about him? His name is Srinath. He's today IS officer, right? How he became IS officer? He is from Munnar. He worked as a coolie on Ernakulam railway station. Father of young daughter, no money to buy books, right? But he had that dream, right? That be brave, be leader. He didn't think, how can I become IS officer? No money. And not that he was very intelligent, okay? He was average, but hardworking. So he cleared civil service exam after 3 failed attempts, right? It's not that he was so bright student, just wrote exam and failed. He kept on trying, and finally succeeded, right? How he did it? A smartphone, memory card, pair of earphones, right? You get earphones for 100 rupees today, cheap earphones. Everybody has mobile phones. Even I have seen people who beg also. Beggars also have mobile phones. They would have got somewhere lost phones or something like that, right? So they have smartphones, right? That's all he had, right? And today you have ChatGPT with you, isn't it? Right? Isn't it much better support for you? Right? So if Srinath can do it, you can also do wonders, right? With ChatGPT by your side, AI by your side, right? So I want to take quick master class. We have a few minutes. So here I want you to be brave, and I want a couple of students to come here, right? So master class means that we'll work with the students here, and all of you, rest of you also take out your mobile phones, and we'll do one wonderful exercise, okay? What we'll be doing is actually we'll write a patent application. We'll create a patent here and now, great innovation, write a patent application which you can go and file, okay? We'll do it in next 5 to 10 minutes. Please stop me when the time is up, okay? Fine, sure. So can I have 1 or 2 students here, please? Yeah. Come, we have girl here. Come. Yeah, great. So I should congratulate you. Yeah, we need mobile. Please bring a mobile, either yours or parents. Does it have network? We need network also. So switch on network if it is not there. Yeah, come. Come here. You can stand here. I'll help you. Yeah, come here. Fine. Good, come. I think that's fine. Rest of people, you can still do the same exercise sitting there, okay? Fine. So here it will be kind of whatever they get stuck, I will know also, right? So I can guide them. Yeah, sure. That's okay. Let them be there. No, that's fine. Okay, so take out your mobile phone. Now you first, before you start working on mobile phone, just think. Think of somebody you care, okay? Could be your sister, brother, neighbor, your grandparents, could be the poor person who was on the road, could be a street dog, whatever, no? Anybody who you care, okay? Think of something, no need to tell me. You thought just one character, okay? Think of a typical problem that person or animal faces, right? If you are old people, maybe they are facing, they don't have anybody to talk to, or no, they may have some medical thing, they want some support, whatever, no? Think of a typical problem, right? So you have to think of a person or animal something and typical problem they are facing. If it is street dog, they are facing probably they don't get food, like that, right? Whatever, typical problem. You getting it? Everybody has a person had a problem. Fine. Now you can go and open chatgpt.com. If you have installed as an app, you can open that, or just go on the browser, chatgpt.com. I think, yeah, many of you have opened. Just open that. Fine. Fine. You opened that? Fine. Okay. Great. So what we are going to do is 2-3 steps. We are not going to go directly. I am not going to tell it. So first step is what we are going to tell is to say that you are an expert in innovation. You have to tell like that. Okay, you will type it in later. First I'll just tell orally. Okay, or you can start typing. You are an expert in innovation and whatever domain that problem belongs to, right? The problem belongs to food, medicine, social law, whatever. No, you say expert in innovation in XYZ field, like that, right? Like that you can tell first. And they say that I know such and such person, that person has this problem. Please suggest a very innovative solution, right? Like that. Okay? That's it. So just give one line thing like that, so that you are expert in this domain. I know this person, he has this problem. Please suggest a very innovative solution for that problem. Okay? Fine. So we'll quickly hear from one of the people on the stage what they got. Okay? So are you getting that solution? Okay. Can you just come here and tell just one or two sentences? Just what the answer you get. Just tell briefly what the answer you got. Just come here. Be brave also, right? Doesn't matter. See, she's our friend. Just encourage her. Clapping. No problem with mistakes.
I asked about my grandma having knee pain, and the solutions were smart knee brace and AI-driven virtual physio and 3D printed custom orthotics and supports.
Excellent. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. So now next step, okay? So what you have to, there is one more step, I'll just tell it, but no need to do now. That step says that you create a big, nice, detailed prompt for this task, okay? That you can tell and it generate a prompt. Prompt means whatever instruction we gave, we can have more detailed instruction, right? But right now, let's skip that. When you get a detailed instruction, you get chance to fine tune it further, right? So in real life, you are not going to go in step like that, but this is just a 5-minute fun exercise. So that time you can generate a more detailed instruction. In fact, if you are interested, I will wait here after this session because I have been given only 20 minutes, right? So I don't want to hold you longer than that, but I am available, right? So after that, I can help you with detailed instructions as well. So now what you have to do is, what you have to say that I want to file a patent in India for this innovation. Please create a detailed patent application, okay? I want to file a patent in India. Please create a patent application, okay? You can even say, please create a downloadable patent application in Word format. Fine, that's it. Patent application. Because the way patenting works is, right, like patent application, you get an invention idea, you should be really great innovator, right? Not everybody files patents, now it's different. So then there is a form, which is big form, some 6-7 pages. You have to say how it is unique, you have to survey how many other patents are there which are related, how your patent is different, all kinds of things like that, right? So all that work AI is going to do for you, okay? Ideally, you're supposed to do all that hard work, right? Typically, it takes about 5 to 6 months to write such an application with working with patent attorney. You know, there are patent agents also get paid, all those things, right? Finally, you get it ready. And then you have to submit it. There is an online thing. Just you have to pay some, I think, 1,500 or some patent fees is there. You can submit it. And then there is a patent person, you know, from office who will review that, see whether it's true, correct, not, and then you will grant a patent, okay? So, so you can just tell, right? So what you have to tell is, I want to file a patent on this idea. Please create a patent application in Word format. And even if you have missed, you can give additional application, right? You can say, please create an application in Word format, which is in downloadable form, okay? Make it downloadable. So you'll create a downloadable Word file, which you can download, right? Which you can file. Done? Please come and share what it is. So you can share your idea. And
like it is showing, first we have to do applicant detail. We have to fill applicant detail like name, address, nationality, telephone number, email ID, and inventor details. Like the same thing, name, address, and the nationality. And the third one is title of the invention. Like on the what topic we have to invent. There is.
has it created the application?
Yeah. And the
title, you can read out the title. Yeah, you can read out if the You can read out the title if it is there. Yeah. And tell me when the time is up, okay? Fine. Otherwise, we'll go on. All of you on the audience also, you are doing it, right? You can do after going home also. It's a really very useful exercise, right?
The title is like under section 7, 54 and 135 and the rule of 20.
Okay. This application details, one second. Patent application details. Title of the invention is coming star actually, right? Fine. Actually, it's just a patent application. One second. Patent application terms. Thanks for explaining again. I mean, you have a preliminary, you have a patent application form with patent. Download. Okay. What you give instruction? Okay, so I'll just use this because this mic is probably not this thing. For her, it has given an empty blank application form. Okay. Yeah. So it is a blank application form. What you can instruct is say that please fill the form and give like that. Right? See, many times some instructions are not clear. That is what is called prompt engineering. So if you give, you can repeat the instruction. You can add to that, right? So you can give that. Anybody has got patent application which is filled? Okay, you can get it. And get the title, okay? Fine. Anybody in the audience? Yeah, she has got a patent application filled. It has written portable stroke rehabilitation device. Right? She got it actually, right? Yeah, you can just the title is
My title. Sir, I have to read out.
yeah, just read out the title. And what is the idea?
Okay. Here is the example. The applicant name is Dr. Arva Mehta. Address is 21 Sunrise Avenue. Yeah, the title is Portable Stroke Rehabilitation Device.
Does it give description of the device or something? Just fill with an example. I'll help you later.
Okay.
So go back. So from this exercise, what do you learn? How is going to be the future? What should be taught or learnt in college? How their life would be in future? Right? So how many of you are thinking of joining computer science? Anybody? Okay, one or two. I think probably people are shy. Normally more than 50% people raise their hands. So definitely computer science has a bright future, continues to have bright future. But today people are thinking, I learn coding, I learn this package, that package, full stack development, cloud computing, get a job. That is not going to happen. Okay? That today, just like we created patent application, today there are co-pilots, what they call, available, which can do the coding for you, right? And that's only going to increase. That same website which I mentioned, 2027, I think AI-2027, that actually says that every 4 months, the size of code AI can generate is doubling, okay, every 4 months. So very soon it can write big packages as well, right? So today you have this ERP package, that etc., right? That can be generated by computer, fine? So now you have to learn the problem solving ability, critical thinking ability, creativity, right? Public speaking, communication, collaboration. So those things are going to get more and more important, right? So definitely there will be a lot of work and activity for all of us, but we have to think differently, learn differently, and work accordingly, fine? So coming to Rewa University now, so we have identified that a year back, and I'm sure other universities will also follow us. So we are the leaders, by the way, as far as AI is concerned. So we have already introduced courses which will prepare our students for this type of future, right? If you are interacting with any of the universities here, and they are all my colleagues, okay, I'll be very happy to interact with them. In fact, some of them may be sitting here as well. So I really respect all of you, and we are happy to work with you. But whole idea is that at REVA we have already done it, right? So not only for computer science, every branch which you join will be teaching you not only AI, what is AI, etc., but how to use it to grow in their field. Suppose you are joining, say, BBA, right? So how BBA students need to use AI to do their work, whether it's marketing, whether it's finance, or whichever stream they take. If you are into law, if you are into architecture. So whatever field you have taken, how you can use AI to become more productive, how to improve your capability or quality of the work. So that's what we are teaching all students right from first semester onwards, right? And conventionally, people used to have projects like final year projects, BTech, etc. Now that's going to change because AI can bring that project, right? So right from first semester, we encourage students to start developing products. Okay, the difference in products is you are providing solutions to some real problem, right? So as long as problems remain or new opportunities remain, see, we are talking about intergalactic travel, etc., right? Having sustainable life. So whatever we do, always there is next thing possible, right? So what is that next thing? How you can address that using AI, right? So that's what we are going to train our students. So that is that problem solving, providing solution, that kind of ability is very important. For that, critical thing is important, all those things important. That they do right from first semester onwards, okay? And we are going to improve it. So we introduced in a light way, I would say, in the current first year batch. For your batch, now we have got more better experience, will be kind of going one step ahead, and that will continue, okay? So whole idea is that we understand what's going to be the impact of AI. You also know that very well. And we have to have, it's a very different, drastic change. And we are getting ready, and we'll ensure that all your students, wards, all of you also get ready. Okay? So whatever time we have, I'll be happy to take some of your questions and answer them, right? In general, doesn't have to be about REVA. You want to have a question about, you are confused about whether to take economics or business or engineering or computer science or mechanical engineering, whatever, right? So any question is okay, right? Please feel to ask, okay, whatever question. Till these organizers tell me that, okay, our time is up, we can continue that, okay, fine. So before that, I'll just quickly wrap up with the final thing. So this is a quotation, says that the capacity to learn is a gift, right? Not all of people have that same capacity, right? So you can compensate that with your hard work, okay, and AI, of course. Second is ability to learn is a skill, which we will teach you. Okay, so that ability, everybody has to get that, right? Learning to learn. Willingness to learn is a choice, right? So some people say that they are very smart, very intelligent, but they don't want to learn, right? They just sleep and do social media, whatever, gaming, waste their time in that, right? So, but that is your decision, right? Whether you want to do that. So this is a great quotation. So all the best for the exciting journey for all of you that is life. Is really, really going to be exciting as what you see on the screen, right? So sure, thank you. So I'm available now for any question answers.
Sir, we have some questions.
Sure.
Should I stand? Good afternoon, sir. I'm very glad to listen to your seminar, which was very interesting. My name is Achala. I'm from Bangalore. So my question is about AI. So the first question is, who invented AI? Okay. And what made the AI so special that artificial intelligence is commanding the human intelligence? What makes it more special than human intelligence? That's my question.
Yeah, got it. So there are two parts of this question. Who invented AI and all those things like that. So see, AI suddenly didn't appear. It's actually a journey since, I would say, 1940s, where there were statisticians who were using data and trying to make sense of the data, right? You might have heard line fitting, curve fitting. So I'll give a very simple example, right? It's like a primitive AI. It's not AI per se. Suppose you attend classes, right? And you get certain marks, right? So obviously people who attend more are likely to get more marks. It's not 100% correlated, but more or less like that, right? Person who doesn't attend at all, very unlikely he'll get 100 out of 100, like that, right? So we have some data points. You have, say, 30 students. Student number 1 attended 80% of the classes, got 90% marks. Student number 2 attended 50% of the classes, got 60% marks, like that, right? So if you plot all those points as x, which is, you understand x and y chart like that, right? So x-axis we have number of days of attendance, y-axis we have percentage he got in the exam, right? So we got those points which will be in some kind of band like that, right? Which band will be from 0 towards higher thing like that, right? You getting that? So as we increase on x-axis, y-axis will also increase like that, right? So in that band I can fit a line. So that is a line fitting. In statistics, those who learn mathematics in school also they teach. We put line as ax plus b, right? So a is a parameter, b is a parameter, and given value of x, you can find the y value, right? That kind of thing. That is a simple statistics problem, and actually that is basis of AI. Okay? So I cannot say. So if you want, you can say whoever invented that line fitting is the person who invented AI. Having said that, the person who defined first, like what is AI? His name is Alan Turing. You can see his name. And in Second World War, actually, he was very much involved in, he was into encryption and decryption, right? He was from Allied side, US side, etc. So he defined something called Turing test, which says that suppose you have a simple typewriter kind of thing like that, right? Old kind of machine, and in the room, one machine is connected to a computer, other machine is connected to a human being. And by asking question and answers, if you cannot distinguish which is machine and which is a human being, right? If you cannot distinguish that, then I can tell that machine is intelligent. Okay? So that's by Alan Turing. So that's the first definition of so-called machine intelligence. Right? Human intelligence, we all know, psychologists, they define, they have so many factors of human intelligence, etc. But machine intelligence, that's what the first one. Then there were so many other scientists who did that, etc. And there's so much of progress happened. I myself studied AI from 1984 onwards, right? So I did MTech from IIT Kanpur. That time my MTech thesis was on machine learning. And then I did PhD in IIC Bangalore, which also was in machine learning. So we had been kind of catching up with what was the situation, etc. I worked in industry, so industry also was using that. So whole idea is that now last 4 years, right, since the GPT came, there had been a big jump, right? People thought that, okay, machine can be intelligent, but not so intelligent as to write poetry or draw diagram, pictures, or this kind of interaction, doing research, do reasoning. They never thought it's possible like that, right? Which last few years it has become possible, right? So those are some of the things like companies like OpenAI. Today it's not about one scientist, two scientists. These are companies who have, their market capitalization is like trillions of dollars, right? It's a huge thing. Just to train one model, they take $20 million like that, right? So it's like huge kind of effort. That's why it took so long, to do that. So today we have enough computing hardware, enough data to train those machines. If you are interested, we can have a separate talk on what is inside the hood kind of thing, like how AI works, how it produces poetry or how it produces this like that, right? As a layman's language. So that we can do separately, but, right? So that's the intention. Your second part was, what was the second part? Quickly, can you remind me? Sorry, I missed that. Yeah.
How differently artificial intelligence is more intelligent than human intelligence?
For human intelligence, okay. So see, if you see our body, it's like a machine to a certain extent. Whether it's heart, blood, right? So it's all chemistry, physics happening in the whole body, right? And in addition to physics, chemistry, there is also electronics or electrical pulses that's happening. So if you see our brain, right? So brain works on, there are chemicals and there are electric signals, right? And based on that, whatever we call so-called thinking, so-called creativity, is all actually a machine. Okay, it's not that human being is something different, right? It's not some spirit is doing that. It's actually our brain doing it. And even in our philosophy, brain is actually still a kind of physical entity, right? So it's all question of how these signals are combined and how it produces output like that, right? Right from suppose I'm seeing this scene. So we have a lens, a light falls on the retina, there are some chemical things happening, then some pulses happen, they go through neurons to the brain, and all that thing happen. So the same kind of architecture is recreated in what you call artificial neural networks. Okay, so those networks are also very small, tiny neurons, which are artificial neurons, which do very simple tasks. They just do addition, multiplication kind of activities, but they are huge numbers, right? So they are like 100 200 billion of those, if you say today's GPTs, right? So many different weights and neurons are there. So they are doing similar things which happens in our brain. So we are actually copying. It's called bio-inspired design. And to acknowledge frankly, nobody really knows how it works, right? But it works. So we are kind of copying our brain. It works. But if you ask like physics, chemistry, mathematics of proof of how it works, nobody knows, right? There are certain theorems which says that yes, you can emulate any function approximately, something called universal approximation theorem in mathematics. But whole idea is that we are copying human machine and that's why it's working. Now why it's becoming super intelligent? Because we have limitation in terms of how many neurons we can have, like that, right? And biological process also a little slower if it is chemical processes. If you say today's computers, they are much faster, right? If you have to calculate, to multiply two numbers, it takes some time for us. But computers does it very fast because electronics is little faster than our biological processes. So that's not only faster, you can have much more neurons. So if you can have enough bigger computers, faster machines, and enough energy to provide them, definitely can do processing which is much powerful than what human beings can do. In fact, it can do if you have 1,000 best people in the world put together, one computer in future is going to surpass their intelligence, right? Because we are doing the same thing what human brain does. Okay? Does it answer your question? Sure. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Yeah, there is a question there.
Okay, we have one last question, sir, from the audience.
Sure.
2 minutes to finish this.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm available behind, so when the other events will happen there, we can continue asking me questions. I think.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. My
Good
name
afternoon.
is Namrata. I'm from Bangalore. My name is Namrata, and I'm from Bangalore. As the artificial intelligence is growing, how it will affect the human intelligence? As an example, we can see the Ghibli heart, which came recently. It is like destroying the many artists' life. So how can humans improve their intelligence, or how can they surpass the intelligence of AI?
Yeah.
Sir, I will just summarize the question.
Yeah, yeah.
So how does the artificial intelligence will influence the human intelligence? Whether
How
it
it
is
will be the human.
positively or negatively, that's what.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah. So what everybody is telling is artificial intelligence is going to supplant human intelligence, right? It's not going to overtake us in terms of control. It may overtake in terms of capability. Like today, cranes can lift much bigger weight than human hand, but still it's a human being controlling a crane, like that, right? So equivalently, the way intelligence is being developed and controlled, finally there'll be a team of human beings, not even a one single person. So there'll be a control mechanisms in place which will utilize this super intelligence for the benefit of humanity. Okay, so finally it will be used by humanity's benefit. So in terms of supplanting, it will help us to do which we cannot do today, right? See, for example, today a lot of people have passion to create movies, right? Or say, take a simple thing, write a poetry, right? But myself included, right? I can write poetry, but nobody will be listen. I read a first line, they'll start yawning and go away, like that, right? But now I can tell ChatGPT, give him some of the ideas, and now I can write very beautiful poetry, which people will say, oh, really, that poetry is nice. I can write new jokes. I can have a nice painting, right? Which earlier you had to be a real painter to do a painting, because you know the technique of watercolors, to have that imagination, put that imagination on paper, all those things like that, right? Today, I can give instruction, what we call prompt engineering, and give various permissions. By the way, many pictures here were generated by AI in today's presentation. So we can give those ideas and create a presentation, right? I want a time machine which will look like that. I want a futuristic city. How should it look like? So we can generate like that. So today, you can use your own imagination with power of AI to do what you want. So you can create movies, you can create your own characters. Full movies are possible. Not today immediately, but today you can generate 10 seconds, 20-second movies. If you pay money, you can generate 10 minutes, 20 minutes videos as well. Free, maybe 10 seconds. So in future, you can create 3 hours movies. Everybody can do that. So that's how intelligence will be used, right? To supplement human intelligence. Fine. That was the last question. So thank you all of you. Hope it was useful. If you have to remember one single thing, you have to remember that you have to develop your soft skills, which are like creativity, taking charge of life, learning to learn, problem solving. There are so many of them. If you do that, you will have really bright future. So focus on that. And if you join REVA, any stream, we'll take care of you to ensure that this happens. Okay? Thank you very much. See you.